Hi, I'm Rachel Lynn, and I'm on a journey to get out of my student loan debt and lose some weight along the way. If any of that interests you, go ahead and click that red subscribe button down below and join me on this journey. And stay tuned for today's video because I'm going to go over everything that I spent in the past week. So I like to call this Money Monday, tell you everything that I spent in the past week. I feel like this holds me accountable in my spending, especially when it comes to cash and gift cards, because while I do post my budget videos usually on Fridays, I don't always tell you, well, I don't tell you at all what I spend in cash and gift cards in my budget videos. I also don't tell you everything that goes through my budgets, things that come out of my accounts automatically, and certain bills that I pay. I don't go over those because it kind of gets a little monotonous, and you know, those are things that I kind of have to pay. And Money Monday is more about being held accountable for just spending money in general. So if you don't already know, my week goes from Saturday to Friday of the previous week. That gives me a couple of days to get it up onto YouTube for you. It also keeps the weekend together, which I feel like holds me a little bit more accountable. So starting with Saturday and Sunday, and then there were a couple more things throughout the week, I was finishing up FinCon. So FinCon ended on Saturday. I was still there on Sunday, and then still had to get home and also kind of pay my half of the hotel and all of that stuff. So there are some more FinCon expenses. I just posted on Friday a vlog of, you know, what I was able to capture on my camera. It was a blast. And so if you want to go check that out, you can click the link up here. And it was so much fun. I actually would like to do more of a, like, the big things that I got out of FinCon. So if you would like to see that, please like this video and leave me a comment down below. Let me know that if you would like to see maybe some of the big, huge takeaways that I got from FinCon, maybe like the big lessons that I've learned. So if you would like to see that, leave me a comment down below and also like this video so that I know that you want to see more. Okay, so let's get into this now. Saturday, September 7th, I spent $18.60 at Across the Pond. It was like a little pub that I went to dinner with some people. I also went out to lunch that day and didn't have my wallet. I was switching back and forth between my purse and my bag, and the night before I'd had my purse, and then that day I had my bag. I didn't have my wallet with me, and so I did not pay for lunch, and I feel horrible. Everybody else that was eating lunch with me covered my lunch, so I am very grateful, and if you are watching this, I owe you lunch. So anyway, I had lunch taken care of, and then dinner, I did get my wallet back in my bag for dinner. On Sunday, September 8th, I ate breakfast at the hotel. It was our big splurge meal. Jen from the Budget Bounce and I, we were roommates while at FinCon, and we were supposed to go out to dinner the night before, but things got mixed up. So instead of going out to dinner for a splurge meal, we had breakfast as a splurge meal, and we actually ate at the hotel, which I'm not too happy about because it cost $33.45. It was like a buffet style, and I mean, it was good, but it was not worth $33, that's for sure. So it definitely was way overpriced and very unnecessary, but it was like Jen and I's like big splurge meal because we really hadn't done anything splurge worthy that whole week, and we were about to leave and not see each other probably until FinCon next year, so we did breakfast together. I also left a tip in cash for the cleaning people in the hotel. I just kind of like left it on the dresser. I don't know if that's weird that I don't want to say how much it was, but I did want to point out that there was spending there. So anyway, I did leave a tip for the cleaning people. And I also gave a tip to the bellhop who helped me bring all of my stuff downstairs because, oh my goodness, I had so much stuff. I had taken a whole second suitcase that was full of food. I had a lot of stuff with me, and when you drive, like, you can do that. So yeah, if I was flying, I would not have had near as much stuff, but because I drove, I just kind of like took whatever I wanted to take with me, and so yeah, I had a lot of stuff, so I gave a tip to the bellhop too. Then I also spent $99 on the virtual pass for FinCon 19. There were several sessions that I did not get to go to that I wanted to see, and then actually a couple of sessions that I went to that I would like to see again. I think the $99 is worth it. It was actually supposed to be $199, but if you attend, then you get $100 off. Then I also spent $200 on a ticket for FinCon for next year. Now, it's not guaranteed that I will be going to FinCon next year, but I am about 95% sure that up until about a month beforehand, I can transfer my ticket to somebody else if I don't end up going. I feel like $200 for a ticket that could have been over $500 is a pretty good deal and a pretty good discount that I wanted to take full advantage of. So I went on ahead and got it, and I am hoping that whatever job I have next year, I can work it out so that I can take that week off and actually go to FinCon. It's also a week that is very often like a fall break kind of week. I don't know if that whole week would be a fall break, but you know, that gives me an option to maybe take a couple of days off plus whatever fall break the schools offer, if that's what I'm doing. So it's a pretty good chance that I will be able to go next year and maybe be able to work something out with a school or whatever job I have. I feel like I have a pretty good shot at actually going, and if I don't go, I should know well ahead of time. After that, I was actually on my way home. I spent $24.02 at BFS for gas. I spent $4.70 at McDonald's. I made a pit stop in West Virginia to meet up with WV Redding Dawn, who has been following my journey for years and years, and so I knew that I was kind of like going somewhat in his direction, and I think I actually was like right through his hometown or something. I don't know how far he had to drive from home, but we met up at McDonald's. We had dinner together. I got to meet Don and his wife and two of his girls, and so it was just really cool to meet someone else from YouTube after this whole trip, and then meet somebody else on the way home. It was really great. Then I also spent $22.65 on gas at Sheetz on the way home, and I left pretty late actually. I actually left the hotel at like 11 or so, I think, and then I went out to lunch and then didn't even get on the road until the afternoon, and then stopped for an hour and met up with Don and his family, and then I still drove straight through and made it home that night. And so I got home around midnight, so I'm glad that I didn't have to spend another night at a hotel somewhere, especially as I got really close to home. I didn't want to do that. But what really pushed me through is I got a phone call, text, I think it was a text. I got a text around 8 o'clock or so asking if I could sub the next day, and I knew that my GPS was putting me home around midnight or so, and so I thought, you know what, who needs sleep? I'm gonna go, I'm gonna sub, I'm gonna make some money. So that's what I did. So I made sure that I got home, and I probably went to bed around 1 or so, and actually got up early the next morning and I subbed the next day. So I did actually make a little bit of money as soon as I came home. I got to sub in a kindergarten class, and that was a lot of fun. And I mean, I loved teaching kindergarten, and I would love to teach kindergarten again. I would rather teach older grades, but you know what? Oh my gosh, the little kids are just so excited to learn new things. They're just so fun. So then on Monday, September 9th, I spent $17.47 at Speedway for gas. This, of course, went on my card as well, and this is the last of the gas expenses for FinCon. So I got gas before I left, and that first fill up I'm not counting towards my FinCon expenses, so that put me at a full tank, and then I went and I left. And then this last fill up filled up my tank completely, and that counts towards FinCon because that was gas that I used getting home. So I didn't get it till the next morning, but it will count towards my FinCon expenses. Then on Tuesday, September 10th and Wednesday, September 11th, I spent nothing on both days. On Thursday, September 12th, I spent $5, and that went to Jen from the budget bounce. That was to pay for my half of the hotel room. And on Friday, September 13th, I spent nothing. So that is everything that I spent this last week. I would love to know from you, what is something that you spent your money on this past week? Leave me a comment down below and let me know. Also, don't forget to like this video. It really helps me out here on YouTube. And share this video with somebody else. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!